So hello there and welcome back to the channel. This is Mel's Gaming, here with a Red Dead Redemption 2 video. Now in this video we are going to be hunting for every single legendary animal and catching every single legendary fish in Red Dead Story Mode. Now for most of the hunting I'm going to cut out the actual tracking part and just show the animals and the actual kill, and for the fishing I will show the hooking of the fish and the catching of the fish basically. And yeah, we're just going to go through and get all of these legendary creatures in story mode, which is something that until now I'd never actually done. It involved having to do a few things that I'd never done in the game at all, like doing the Master Hunter challenges, so there was some really cool aspects to this. I absolutely love Red Dead Redemption 2, it's one of my all-time favourite games. It's just an incredible world and I just love it so much. In fact, my channel logo is actually my Red Dead Online character. I just love the game. Some of my first videos on this channel were Red Dead videos, Red Dead Online videos, so I just love this game and I've really enjoyed coming back to it and actually going after all of these different legendary creatures. So there's going to be some cutscenes and stuff as well in this video, so there'll be bits where I am talking and bits where I'm not talking, but without further ado, let's get into it.
Hosea,
You want to go hunting?
what are you hunting? An elephant?
I wish. No, I saw a huge bear. One of the biggest I ever saw. I reckon nearly 1,000 pounds.
My God. But you need me to come with you.
Of course. Let's go.
Where are we heading exactly?
Up near the Dakota River. Might take a day or two.
I could do with a break from this place.
Oh, me too. It's been a rough couple of weeks. You need anything?
I don't think so. I got all I need.
Let's go then. Morning, Arthur.
Ugh.
You ready?
Well, give me a minute.
Coffee?
Sure.
There you go.
So, what's your plan?
Well, we'll see if we can track him, but we might need to lay bait to draw him out. Bears like fish, obviously, but they also have a sweet tooth. A lot of fellas bait then shoot from the trees, but I prefer to hunt on the ground. More dangerous, but we'll have a much better chance of getting a good shot in. And if he bolts, we can start right off after him. Can you mix up this bait for me while I finish packing this up? Fish, berries. Tie it up in that rag when you're done.
I hope you know what you're talking about.
I grew up in the mountains, Arthur. I was virtually weaned on bear meat.
Okay, I think I got this done.
Good. Pack up and we'll get going. Anyway, for now, let's try and chase ourselves a bear, shall we? Let's look by the water here, see if he's been fishing again recently. Look for tracks, dung, bones, any sign of him.
Well, there's some paw marks here, Hosea. They sure look big enough.
Good. Let's hope it's him. Can you tell where he went?
This way. The tracks go into those trees. Wait a minute. Something on the ground here.
Half-eaten fish here. Must have been left by our friend, I reckon.
Come on, see if there's anything else. Something else on the ground, just here. There's shit here. Watch your step.
Looks real fresh. Reckon he's got to be close.
Let's keep going. Damn it. Looks like the trail ends here. We lost him?
For now. A little optimism, Arthur.
Well, what do you think?
I think we split up and each look.
Either that or we could place bait here.
That could work. Which you think?
Let's bait here.
Fine by me. Let's leave the bag over there. By those boulders up ahead, looks like a good spot for it.
£1,000, you say?
More or less. Big scar down his face. Hey, did that bait look okay to you?
I think so. You're the expert.
Ready with your gun there?
I'm good. You okay? You seem nervous.
So do you. I'm fine. Let's just take a look at that bait.
Sure.
Come on.
We only just said it, Jose.
I know, but we need to do this right. Give me a hand here. Got your knife? Shit. Easy. No, it's too close. Arthur!
You're fine, old man.
Of course I'm fine. It's nothing. Nothing at all.
Thank you, I think. That was fun.
You know what, Arthur Morgan? I'm a little old and beaten up to be after the biggest game. You can have this.
What is it?
It's a map. A man in a bar gave it to me. Well, I stole it from him, but that's another story. He said it told him where to find some real big animals.
Thank you.
It's a pleasure. You saved my life, Arthur. I think I'm going back to camp to lick my wounds. You coming, or you gonna track that monster? Well, you coming or not?
I'm gonna stick around here for a while.
I'll see you back at camp. Yeah!
Must be near. Stay back!
So that was a bit of an introduction into hunting the legendary animals here in Red Dead Redemption 2 story mode, and we kicked off with this incredible legendary Barati Grizzly, which is just such a cool way to actually start hunting these animals. An absolutely incredible legendary bear, which with all the scars and marks on its fur, it really does look like it's lived through the years and it has seen some stuff, which is just exactly what a legendary animal should be like. So a really cool one to actually start off with, and a pretty intense hunt there where we nearly ended up being the prey. So a really cool one to actually start off with.
Thomas, it is good to see you, my friend.
Hello, Mr. Dutch.
Thomas, have you met Arthur? Arthur, Thomas is quite the boatman. He's gonna help us get close to our prey. The other night we had quite the adventure fishing for catfish. Now, my friend, can I call in that favor?
What do you need?
You know Angelo Bronte. Well, exactly. We need to make a social call. We were hoping you could row us in quietly one evening around the back of his house.
Well, if anyone can, I can.
We'll pay you for your trouble.
If you bringing him trouble, it won't be no trouble for me.
Good.
My business partner, Jules, he's out on the skiff. I need to check with him. Plus, I need to check the traps. Would you come with me?
Of course. Arthur?
Why not? Shouldn't take too long if we can find it. Be live. Mind you, there's a lot of gators. Uncommon number. Big ones.
Great. Come now, Arthur. It'll take more than a prehistoric reptile to scare you, surely.
I just want to see you meet your match when it comes to an aging predator with a big mouth, Dutch.
Arthur here is something of a comedian, Thomas. More of a jester than a gunslinger.
Well, if you say so, Mr. Dutch. Give me a hand here, Mr. Arthur. This trap is stuck in the mud. It happens.
Ooh. Guess something didn't want to be caught.
My gosh. So it's true.
What is?
There's been talk of a big old bull, but people talk a lot of nonsense. I guess this was... No, but only something huge could do this.
Fantastic. Let's hope it bites you first, Dutch.
Should we just keep moving? I don't really want to hang around here much longer.
All right. I suppose this can wait. Let's go. Hold up.
My God, there's no shortage of them.
Good eating.
Us or them?
Exactly. Come on. We really should have run into Jules by now. I reckon we should split up so we can search both sides.
Okay, Arthur, since you appear so at home here, you take the right. We'll go left.
What?
Just keep your eyes open.
Hey! Someone there? Here! Help! That must be him.
Over this way!
Hey, you in the tree. What are you doing?
There's a monster! A monster!
You okay up there?
There's a monster!
Where?
Massive, it nearly ate me!
And where'd he go?
It's out there!
What?
A big gator! Biggest I ever saw, big and nasty! Knocked me off the boat and chased me over here!
You must be Jules.
Yes,
Where is the boat?
over there! I ran, Oh,
Okay. Yeah. And, where'd this monster swim off to?
I think that way. Good luck shooting that thing. You'll need a cannon.
I got the skiff! It's over here! Stuck! I got it loose. Jump.
Good man.
All right, let's get back to the dock.
Yes, please, let's go. Thank God. So, who are these fellas, Thomas?
Two new friends of mine. I'll explain later.
Jules, we are very happy to have finally made your acquaintance.
I thought I was gonna be out here all night.
What you doing hiding up in the tree, boy?
This gator was huge, Thomas. Twice as big as I ever seen. Twice as angry, too.
Nonsense.
Now what? I think we hit a tree stump.
Yeah, I thought we cleared. You gonna need to jump in and pull us free.
Me?
Yeah, just do it. Won't take you a minute, boy. Go on.
This is a bad idea.
You'll see any giant monster long before it gets anywhere near you. Got a couple crack gunslingers here with their guns loaded. You'll be fine.
You didn't see the thing.
Yeah, neither did you. It's just a myth, Jules. Now pull. Pull!
Jules?
Shit.
He won't can it.
No, I'm going in.
No, we can't lose the boat. Arthur will go.
Well,
Quick. Go on, Arthur.
come here, son. Shit, where'd he go?
You must be close, Arthur. Come on. Come on, Arthur.
I'm coming.
Get this thing off me! Help!
I got you, son. I got you.
Oh, God, no.
Guns! Shoot something!
Hurry up, Arthur. Just don't look behind you.
Keep going! God, oh God, no! Please hurry!
Fire off a couple of warning shots just to pretend you care.
God, no! I got you! Please hurry!
Give me the boy.
Hurry! Hurry!
Put him here. Come on. Give him here.
Hang in there, Jules!
Here.
I think he's going.
Shit, that is one big old gate.
Oh, your boy doesn't look too good there.
Here, take this. Try and stop the bleeding.
You're gonna be okay, son. You're gonna be okay. Just thank your old Uncle Dutch.
I heard that. There's still a lot of blood. You need to put pressure on it.
I've stopped the bleeding. I think he'll be okay if he don't get a fever.
We can bring down a fever.
The fever is the least of our worries. Look who's back.
God damn it.
Put every bullet you got in him! Shit! Don't let him get any closer! Dead ahead of us! You see him? Shoot! Okay, I think it's had enough.
Now, Jesus, can we get back now? You're gonna be okay, kid.
Sorry, Jules. Guess all them stories was true. Big and mad. That's unusual. Normally the little ones are angry. Big ones is lazy.
Well, I guess he never outgrew his anger. Kinda reminds me of you, Arthur.
You know, I don't think I've ever seen you squeal before, Dutch.
I weren't the one squealing.
Yeah, well, you weren't in the water with him. And this poor boy was nearly dinner.
Can we get some help? Jules been bitten.
Oh my God.
There's a monster out here. He's been bitten, but he's alive. Just keep him warm. Feed him garlic for the infection. Thank you. Both of you. I'm at your service anytime you need me.
Thank you, Thomas. Where can we find you?
You just meet me back here.
Very good.
Can one of you help me put the boat back out?
Sure. I'm gonna head back to camp and placate the irritable Miss O'Shea, who's causing more trouble. I'll collect the boys. Meet you back here, Arthur.
Mr. Arthur? Old Brunty. He's a bad man. I know. Killed some good folks. Hurt a lot of people.
Well, he definitely lacks a certain charm. I'll see you soon.
You be safe. We got monsters out here.
Well,
Now, as you will have just seen from those cutscenes, the next legendary animal that we're going to be taking a look at is the infamous legendary bull gator. Now, you actually have to progress quite a way through Red Dead Redemption 2's main story in order to be able to hunt this amazing legendary animal. It is honestly, I believe, one of the coolest legendary animals in any game. This thing is just a behemoth. It is absolutely incredible. Obviously, it's supposed to be an albino with that sort of white to pinkish colour skin. It is just insane. The size of this thing. It is absolutely remarkable, and those cutscenes really do a cool job of sort of giving you an idea of how vicious and territorial and aggressive this bull gator is. It is just such a cool animal, and the fact that we are then able to actually go and hunt it down in our own time is just such a cool thing. I want to see more games that have legendary animals like this, because this is incredible. Now, the first time I tried to take this guy down, he did actually kill me, but we are now going to shoot him several times here with the bolt-action rifle, and you're going to see how many shots this guy takes. He is no joke, a seriously tough creature. Now, most of the legendaries will take more than one shot to go down with the bolt-action rifle, which is a pretty strong rifle, but the bull gator by far takes the most. He is just an absolute tank. I mean, look at the size of this thing. He is absolutely monstrous. That is an incredible prehistoric reptile. absolutely amazing. And it has its own unique skinning animation, which is pretty cool, where you can see Arthur taking a tooth from it as well. Just such a cool creature, and getting to hunt him down was a lot of fun, and I'm really pleased to say that I have now hunted down the legendary bull gator. Now, for the following legendaries, there's no cutscenes or anything. These are just legendary animals that you can go and find based off of the map that Hosea gives you in that first mission that we took a look at. The first of those legendary animals that I decided to hunt is the legendary fox. Now, if you play Red Dead Online, this is in pretty much the same location as the legendary otter fox, and it looks pretty similar, except it doesn't have the orange fur that the legendary otter fox has. It is a pure snow white legendary fox. It is absolutely beautiful. Now, most of the legendary animals throughout this video that you will see do have white fur. It is a trend that most of them do tend to be white in coloration. Now, I believe that most of them are probably intended to be albinos, but there's only really a couple where you can sort of be sure that they definitely are albino and not leucistic. And I would say that this fox definitely looks to be more leucistic than albino, as it doesn't have a pink nose and pink eyes. It has a black nose and black eyes, so it does seem to be a leucistic. But it is a absolutely gorgeous fox with that snow white fur. Just absolutely beautiful. And with the incredible environment of Red Dead and how good the animal models are, these creatures are just absolutely stunning to encounter. Now, even an animal as small as this legendary fox actually takes 2 shots from the bolt action to go down. The bolt action is my preferred hunting rifle, just because it has such good range, and it means that you can take longer shots if one of these legendary animals begins to flee. So you will see for nearly all of the legendary animal kills in this video, they will be with that bolt action rifle, just because it is my preferred weapon. But that was the legendary fox. Now, moving from the fox to another smaller legendary, and we have the legendary coyote. Now, this animal actually also has a counterpart in Red Dead Online, but it doesn't spawn in this location. That would be the midnight paw coyote that spawns near Strawberry. But both are melanistic coyotes, basically, and they look absolutely incredible. And this was really cool with this legendary, is you do find carcasses around the area, and if you actually take time to watch, you can see the legendary actually coming and feeding on one of its kills, which is really cool. And a nice attention to detail is as the legendary begins to feed, it gets more bloody, which is really cool to see. Now, the same as with the fox, same animation. It takes 1 shot, goes down, and then we managed to get a quick follow-up shot to actually kill the animal. So that went pretty well. We didn't have to actually chase this guy around. Now, you can see that this is just a pure black coyote. It is so cool looking. Like I said, it is a melanistic animal. Absolutely awesome. And it's cool to see that not all of the legendaries are albinos or supposed to be albinos or leucistics. That you do have some that are different, like this guy being a melanistic, which is really cool. Now, moving on from this guy to the next legendary, and we have the legendary boar. Now, this guy is really cool, because even though he has a white coat, I think you can sort of see almost like golden tinges to it, sort of golden highlights. It's a really cool looking animal. And every time I see it, it's not that perfect snow white. Probably to highlight that it does live in this dirtier environment here in the swamps, but it does have that sort of goldenish colour to it, which, with it being a legendary animal, it works really well. And again, it's cool to see that these animals aren't just all sort of one blanket sort of white colour, and this guy just looks really cool. The pigs in this game do end up looking pretty cool, but this guy especially with that incredible and unique coat. Now, he did actually spook there, but he didn't go very far before I managed to catch up to him. And once again, we are going to use the bolt action and try and take this guy out. Now, being a wild boar, he is a bit more tough, and you're going to see it takes a fair few shots to actually get this guy down. This is completely normal with legendaries. They normally do take multiple shots to go down. Whether you're playing in story mode or online, that is something that you will see. But you can see there, just as he was running by, managed to get a fatal hit on him, and he goes down finally. But just such a cool animal. Like I said, it's really cool to see all of the different species that were included to be legendary animals in this game. And I mean, look at the size of the tusks on this guy as well. They are really, really huge. This really fits the description of a legendary boar pretty darn well, I think. Just absolutely gorgeous, and hopefully you can see what I mean about that slight goldenish colour to the fur. Really, really cool animal. But that was the legendary boar. We get the pelt, we get the tusk, and that is the hunt for this guy completed. Now, moving on to the next legendary animal, and this is one that I find particularly cool because it is so obvious that this animal is an albino. Like I said, with some of them it's kind of difficult to tell whether they were intended to be albino or leucistic, but this guy is 100% an albino. And this is the legendary beaver. And like I said, it's very obviously an albino, which you'll be able to tell from looking at this guy because he not only has the white coat, but a very, very obvious bright pink tail, pink feet, and a pink nose. And I really like that this animal is so distinctly an albino, like I said, compared to some of the others where it's sort of, you can't tell whether it was intended to be an albino or intended to be a leucistic, which if this guy was a leucistic, it would still have the black nose, black feet, and a black tail, but this is very clearly an albino. And something cool about the legendary beaver is it's not the most skittish of legendaries, so you can get pretty close to it, and it allowed me to get some nice close-up footage of this guy before we actually take him out, which was really cool. Obviously, once he gets too close, it does spook there, and with one shot, we actually managed to take this guy down. Now, beavers are really quite weak in this game. You can shoot them with the varmint rifle, so the bolt action is a little bit overpowered, so I wasn't surprised that this particular legendary went down with just the one shot, but that was really nice, just dropping it nicely and cleanly there, straight through shot with the bolt action. And it's really cool that when you skin it, you actually take the tail as well. Such a cool little detail. And that is the legendary beaver. Like I said, one of the cooler legendaries in this game, I think. Now moving on to the next legendary animal, which is a particular favourite of mine, the legendary moose. This guy is one of the most beautiful legendary animals in any game, in my opinion. This is just a gorgeous creature. Now, when I first played the story of Red Dead Redemption 2 and I came across this legendary moose, I actually hesitated about killing it. Now, if you watch any of my content on the channel, you'll know that when it comes to special or legendary animals in games like this, I love to take some time to appreciate the beauty of the animal within the game. And normally, I don't really hesitate afterwards about pulling the trigger. This was the first animal that I came across in a game that really made me hesitate about pulling the trigger on it, because I was just so awestruck by how beautiful it is. It is absolutely gorgeous. Obviously, that snow white coat, but on top of that, these beautiful white antlers that are just so huge and so perfect. This is just by far one of my favourite animals in any game. It's just an incredibly beautiful thing. There is a counterpart for this moose in Red Dead Online known as the Snowflake Moose that is very, very similar to this guy. But this particular one here in story mode, it holds a very special place in my heart for being that first animal that made me hesitate about pulling the trigger. But the whole point of this video is to hunt down all of the legendary animals, so we are going to actually take this guy out. Now, as you'll see, this guy only took a few shots to go down, which I was actually surprised by. I guess they were pretty decent hits, and only 3 shots dropped him, but just look at how beautiful this guy is. I mean, just stunning. I just love this creature. I think they did such a fantastic job with making a legendary like this that really does sort of make you pause for a moment because you are captivated by it. And I think that that's what legendary animals in games should do. So yeah, that moose is a really special one for me. Moving on to the next legendary animal, we have another member of the deer family, this time the legendary elk. Now this guy is really, really cool, because not only does he have the beautiful white coat and a pink nose, so we can tell this guy is intended to be an albino, but he's actually also a non-typical, having those extra points coming out from the back of his antlers. That is not a typical thing that you will see with elk. So this is a non-typical albino elk, which if you think about how rare that would be in real life, if you saw something like this in real life, you would lose your mind. This would be luckier than winning any lottery ever. So, you know, this really, again, it just fits the description of a legendary animal so perfectly. The model for this guy is just absolutely insane. And I wish, like, more actual hunting games that are just dedicated to hunting would have elk that have sometimes non-typical racks like this. Because in games where you have a trophy lodge and stuff, I would love to have an animal like this displayed. I would never stop hunting for a non-typical elk like this, because this guy is just magnificent. He is absolutely stunning. And if you know me, you know I have a particular love for all of the deer species, whether they be the biggest, like the moose, really big, like elk and red deer, or some of even the smallest deer species in the world. Deer are just my absolute favourite things. And, you know, I just love antlers and antler growth especially. And so a non-typical elk like this, and it being an albino, is just an incredible animal to me. What a beautiful, beautiful creature. Just absolutely stunning. And I think every time I see the legendary elk, it's the same with the moose. I'm just captivated by how beautiful they are and how well the devs did with, you know, making these the legendaries. They are incredible and they truly deserve the name of legendary. This is, you know, a creature that hunters have seen for years and years, but it's managed to escape all that time with an insanely beautiful coat and an insane rack to boot. Just an incredible animal. And we actually get a really cool and, again, unique skinning animation where you have Arthur actually take the coat off and then the antlers there too, and you can see it all wrapped up in the bundle at the end, which is really, really cool to see. I love the attention to detail with the skinning animations and stuff. It's very, very cool. Now, moving on to the next legendary animal, and we have something a little bit more ferocious once again. You may be able to see it there, lingering in the mist, is the legendary wolf. Now, this guy is really quite ferocious. Similar to the bull gator, he will mess you up if you get too close or you don't get a good enough shot. I have been killed by this guy in the past. He is a really, really vicious wolf. And he looks incredible. His coat patterning reminds me of like gemstones and some natural rocks. He's got almost a bluish colour on some of his fur and then like a brownish colour as well. He's really unique and beautiful looking. Now, I got a little bit too close here trying to get a good look at him before he went aggressive. And you will see he does quite a number on me as I'm trying to get a shot on him. Thankfully, I do manage to get a couple shots into him there. You can see he's bleeding as much as me at that point, and then manage to give him a final shot that brings him down. Just insane. Absolutely insane. And again, the detail where you can see the wolf bleeding and I'm bleeding, and you can see the marks on Arthur from where he's actually been attacked by the wolf is so, so cool. But yeah, that coat with that sort of bluish grey and then brown, like I said, it reminds me of some like natural gemstones and minerals and rocks. So a very, very beautiful legendary, and one that gave us a bit of a challenge with it being that aggressive. Moving on to the next legendary animal, and this guy gave me such a great opportunity to take a very close-up look at him. This is the legendary bighorn sheep. Now, he is magnificent. The models for these guys are fabulous. There are dedicated hunting games out there that have worse models for bighorn sheep, especially for their horns. They can be quite a thing to get right, quite a tricky thing to get right, but Red Dead pretty much nailed it. They look fantastic. That is such an amazing looking bighorn. And after trotting around a little bit, he ends up just peacefully feeding in front of us. What an awesome experience. I love doing stuff like this in games, just taking moments to appreciate animals like this. And it's so cool to just see a legendary animal out here just feeding away. Now, I do think this guy is a leucistic rather than an albino, as he does have the black eyes, he still has black hooves, but he is absolutely beautiful. I mean, what an incredible looking animal. Like I said, those horns look so good. Like, that would be a really big, like, trophy bighorn in real life. And I think they did such a great job with the detailing and the ridging on the horns. It's awesome. Now, it felt almost, again, sort of like a reluctance to pull the trigger when he was just calmly feeding there in front of us. But again, the whole purpose of this video is to hunt these guys down. So we did actually manage to get a couple of shots into him, and he went down really, really quickly. Only 2 shots for this guy, and I was really kind of relieved because I felt bad. I did actually genuinely feel bad. And I think that that's a testament to Red Dead and how well they made these animal models and the sort of the behaviour of the animals too, that it can actually make you hesitate or make you feel bad. And that's something that with, you know, even with real life hunting, you should respect the animals that you're hunting. You should feel something when you take an animal. You shouldn't just be shooting them and not feel anything, because, you know, it's an animal's life that you're taking at the end of the day. You've got to be respectful to that animal. And for me, that translates even into video games quite often, especially with animals like this, where they're really unique and special and you spend time observing them. I end up feeling some of those emotions, and like I said, Red Dead really captivates that. So I think that they did just a fantastic job to be able to make you feel those kind of emotions. But while I was saying that, we moved on to taking a look at probably my favourite legendary in the game. This is the legendary Whitetail, and he is just one of the most handsome creatures. He is so, so stunning. He is a piebald, and he is a big typical buck. He is just gorgeous. Everything about this deer is so incredibly beautiful. The antlers, being just a really big typical with an awesome unique rack. That piebald coat, he's just beautiful. I love that piebald pattern. Whoever, designed this buck, whichever artist for the game, did such an amazing job. Now, unfortunately, I only managed to get 1 hit on that buck there because he dodged through the trees and I ended up hitting the trees a couple of times. However, I managed to track him down. He didn't go very far at all, and he had actually turned to run back towards me and managed to actually drop him there. But he's just, I can't tell you how beautiful I find this animal. He is just like a painting. And I know it's a game, so it makes sense that he's like a painting because, you know, it's a work of art within a game. But he's just so, so beautiful. That coat is honestly one of my favourite piebald coats in any game, once again. The patterning of it is so unique and so well done that it's just insane. This is an incredible trophy deer. And I love that he's just a really, really big typical because, you know, it's cool to see big non-typicals and stuff all the time for, you know, legendary and unique deer species, but just sometimes seeing just a really big, well-framed typical is really nice, and this guy, I think, really accentuates that point. He's just an awesome, big, typical buck. Now, moving on to the next legendary in this video, and we have the legendary bison. Now, this guy is really cool, and he does have a counterpart in Red Dead Online called the legendary Winayan bison, which also spawns up here by Lake Isabella. And it's basically a direct copy of this guy from story mode, and I can see why. Because this animal is, once again, just an amazing looking creature. Absolutely awesome. And in the snow as well, having a white animal walking around in the snow, there's something that's just so cool about it. It's like the snow has come to life, especially with a bison, with that big, broad, impressive animal just walking around in the snow, being snow white. It is like a snowdrift has come to life and started walking around. Absolutely awesome. Now, once again, you'll notice this guy doesn't have a pure white coat. He does have some dirt and dust marks on that coat as well, which again just gives the animal some more life, which is really, really fantastic. Now, I waited until he gave me a nice clean shot there, and I started shooting him, and he actually goes into the water, and I get the final shot just as he goes into the water, which is fine, because you can lasso legendary animals out of the water and drag them out, both in Red Dead Online and Red Dead Story Mode. So if you end up having a legendary animal, even in online, end up in the water, bring out your lasso and lasso it out, and you will be able to drag something even as big as this incredible bison out of the water. He's so stunning, having that white and grey coat. Beautiful, beautiful beast. Unfortunately, we didn't get a really cool skinning animation there. I think that might have been because my horse was a bit close, but an amazing animal and such a cool one to encounter. Now, moving on to the next legendary, and this one was a challenge. This is the Legendary Panther. Now, to be able to hunt the Legendary Panther, you actually have to complete 9 of the Master Hunter challenges, which is something I'd never done. And the final Master Hunter challenge, Challenge 10, is to hunt the Legendary Panther. Now, as you will have seen throughout this video, I've been trying to get nice close-up looks at all of these legendaries. That really wasn't very possible with this highly aggressive and highly dangerous creature. I only managed to catch a few glimpses of it that one time, and then I ended up getting killed by him as I tried to get more footage. I came back another day, managed to track him down, and you can see I'm moving really slowly, hoping that I'll be able to catch a glimpse of him and get some footage, when you're going to see immediately out of the brush he comes and attacks. And this guy does a heck of a lot of damage. So as he ran away again there quickly, I had to very quickly equip my sawn-off shotgun, which is a great weapon for an animal that is charging you like this, and it brought him down nice and quickly. Now normally the shotgun's gonna like ruin pelts and stuff, but with the legendary animals it doesn't matter just as long as you kill them. And my gosh, I was relieved to get this guy down. He is absolutely beautiful. That coat is stunning. Sort of black with reddish brown tones, and obviously the rosette-like spots there as well. Just an absolutely gorgeous creature. I mean, I wish I could have got some better footage of him, but because of the area that he's in and his nature being such an aggressive legendary, it just really wasn't very possible, but still such a cool animal to actually get. Now for the next 3 legendary animals, we are going to be playing as John Marston, as you can't hunt these legendary animals until the epilogue. And we're starting off with another legendary bison, this time the legendary Tatanka bison. Now this is the same legendary Tatanka bison that you can encounter in Red Dead Online outside of Emerald Ranch. And it literally is the exact same bison, same name, same everything. But this is one of the coolest looking legendaries. And I know I feel like I've said, you know, this is one of the coolest legendaries, or this is one of my favourite legendaries about a lot of them, but they are all just so cool. And this bison is awesome, having that jet black coat, but then a greyish white mask on its face with white horns and red eyes. Tell me that that is not a magnificent beast. I mean, wow. That is just insanely cool. What a beast. And once again, just calmly chilled, feeding right in front of us. And as he lifts his head up there, the muscles in his neck are just huge. What an incredible beast of an animal. Now, the same as the other legendary bison, this guy does take quite a few shots in order to bring him down, but finally he does actually topple over there. What just an absolute tank of an amazing looking legendary animal. Like I said, that jet black coat with the white mask is just amazing, and the white horns as well. It's just, he's a beautiful, beautiful legendary. Literally, I think, again, one of the coolest looking animals in game. Just awesome. And you have the animation there of John actually cutting off his horn. What an amazing, amazing creature. The Tatanka bison. Just fantastic. Now, moving on to the next legendary animal, and this is a really interesting one, because all of the other legendary animals that we've looked at in this video have some form of legendary in Red Dead Online representing that species as well. So there's the legendary bull gator in story mode, and then there's 3 legendary alligators in online. There's the 2 legendary bison in story mode, and then there's 3 legendary bison in online. There's the legendary coyote, and then there's 3 legendary coyotes in online. So for every legendary animal that is in story mode, there are 3 legendaries of that species in online, except for this guy. This is the legendary pronghorn. And whereas, like I said, every other species that has a legendary animal in story mode has 3 legendaries in online, there is no legendary pronghorn in online. And it's always been a fascination of mine of why did they not give us 3 legendary pronghorn in the online mode with the naturalist update. They gave us 3 legendaries for every other species that has a legendary animal in story mode except for the pronghorn, which is just really interesting to me. And I was always really hoping that they would add legendary pronghorn to online, because I mean, look at this guy. Isn't he freaking stunning? Now, once again, I believe this is, again, a leucistic. It does have the black markings there on the face and the black eyes and the black nose, so it's not an albino, but this guy is beautiful, an absolutely stunning looking creature. And I'd never actually gone after the legendary pronghorn, to my knowledge, until I did this video. I'd seen other people go after it, and that's how I knew it existed, but I'd never gone after it myself, and I was just, again, captivated by how beautiful it is. What an amazing looking creature to just be out here in the desert, just this white pronghorn. And it would have been so cool if they had added 3 legendary pronghorn to online. You know, they could have had one exactly the same as this, using the same model and everything like they did with the Tatanka bison and the Winayan bison and obviously the legendary coyote. You know, they have used models literally taken straight from the story mode in online. So I don't know why they never did with the pronghorn. And, you know, maybe one day the game gets an update again, but from everything we've heard from Rockstar, Red Dead Online will be receiving no more updates. So it's just a little bit of an interesting thing that the pronghorn never got any legendary counterparts in Red Dead Online. Now moving on to the final legendary animal in this video, and we have the legendary cougar. Now, talking of legendary animals in online, there is a basically exact replica of this legendary in online called the legendary Marza cougar, which can be hunted in almost the exact same area. And like I said, it looks pretty much the exact same. A very beautiful, almost charcoal colour cat. It has that sort of darker black sort of underbelly and face and tail and everything, and then on its back it has that lighter grey fur. A very, very beautiful animal. But once again, I couldn't get very close to it to try and get footage because, once again, this is an extremely aggressive animal. Now, I got one shot in with the bolt action, and as it charges me again, because again, these guys do so much damage to your health, I rip out the double barrel shotgun just to make sure that I would get the killing shot there before it actually killed me. But just another incredibly beautiful animal. Seeing this guy out in the environment is such a cool thing, and where the legendary pronghorn really stands out in this desert environment, this legendary cougar actually really, really blends in. I mean, you could easily go past it thinking it was a rock unless it decides to attack you. And I moved it there to try and get a better look at its coat, because obviously we couldn't get a great look at it while it was alive, but unfortunately it gets kind of covered in the dust out here in the desert. But that is all of the legendary animals in Red Dead Story Mode. We're now going to move on to the legendary fish.
Yes, can I help you?
Hey.
God. Hello, chum.
Chum?
Do you want an autograph or a photograph?
I'm sorry?
People often get nervous, but there's really no need to. I'm just a normal guy who, well, happens to be very famous.
Okay. Who are you?
Jeremy Gill.
Who?
The famous fisherman. I've written a lot of books. I'm in the newspaper all the time. Here's one from the New Hanover Gazette from a few years back. And this is a book I wrote. Huh? I wrote it.
Good for you.
You really don't know who I am? Oh, well. Nice to meet you.
You too. Arthur.
Sure you don't want a photo?
Not right now.
You know, mothers, they often offer me their daughters.
Just for a photograph?
No, to marry. But I say no. I'm married to the fish.
Huh. So, you're famous for fishing?
Very.
And that pays well?
Pretty well. What I mostly do is send fans stuffed fish.
Stuffed fish?
Yeah. Here, let me show you. Come with me.
And you're selling these?
Yes. How many do you want? If you get 3, we could do a photograph. Together, like actual friends.
No, I'm fine. It's sort of ridiculous.
Listen, Chum, people love it. And I could sell even more fish if I had them. It helps them to know that out there's some man fighting with Neptune on a daily basis and winning.
Okay.
But I can't catch enough of them. And there's really good money in this.
I'll fish a little.
You do? Well, in that case, send them to me. Of course, not if they're too rotten. Do you like that bass? I'd sell this for $50. I'd give you 15.
Send you fish.
Ooh, my card and a map.
Well, maybe I shall.
Only the decent ones. They have to be at least 24 inches in length and 10 pounds in weight. No one wants to imagine Jeremy Gill catching a tiddler. There's no money in tiddlers.
So I hear. Oh, I got you. I got you. Look at you. Yes! What exactly are you? Sturgeon? I think so.
So that is the legendary lake sturgeon. This guy put up quite a fight that lasted several minutes. Obviously, I've condensed it down in this video so that you don't have to just sit and watch a lot of basically nothing really going on. But really a fun fight, and this guy really did make us work for it. A very prehistoric looking fish, really cool with the spines on it. Very awesome fish. Now, this is the legendary long-nosed gar. This guy didn't put up quite as much of a fight as the sturgeon, but still a really, really decent fight that went on for several minutes. This is a really beautiful fish with the different shades of green, and then obviously the white band along the belly, and then obviously that you have those black spots on it as well. Really exotic looking fish, and very, very beautiful.
Here we go.
Now, this guy is the legendary bluegill, an absolutely monstrous bluegill. I mean, this guy is really, really huge for this species, and he is just incredible looking. The blue in his scales is really quite stunning. Hard to see with the rain going on in the background, but then you also have that beautiful yellow golden colour belly. A very, very beautiful fish, even though it is one of the smaller size legendary fish that you can actually catch in Red Dead Story Mode. Now, this is the legendary muskie, which immediately looking at it actually looks to be a tiger muskie, which is actually a often sterile hybrid between the northern pike and the true muskie. And that's exactly what it looks like they've gone with for the design of this guy. But instead of the sort of normal bluish green colour, it's an orangey red colour, which is really, really interesting to see. As soon as I saw this guy coming towards me as I was reeling him in, I knew this must be the legendary, just because it looked so completely different to all of the other muskies in the area. A really very beautiful fish.
I got something hooked.
Now this is the legendary perch, which it basically is a zombie fish at this point. It has become very obviously damaged and diseased by the poisoned waters here in the Elysian Pool. Very, very sad, but a cool looking fish. Like I said, it effectively looks like a zombie fish. So a different legendary, but a cool one definitely to go and catch.
See if anything's biting. Go now, I'm fishing. Got some. Easy does it. Easy. Yep. Yep. Come on. You're up already. You're mine.
Now, this is the huge legendary steelhead trout, an incredible fish that put up one heck of a fight. And honestly, it was worth it to land this incredible beauty. Not only is it really remarkable in size, but remarkable in beauty too, with that white underbelly, that sort of pinkish purplish colour stripe going down the middle, and then the green bluish colour on the top with those delicate spots. A really, really stunning looking fish, and it was a really, really fun fight. And hearing Arthur sort of heckling the fish the whole time was really quite entertaining as well, so I made sure to leave that in the video.
Let's see if anything's biting. Fine fish, my friend.
This is the legendary chain pickerel. Again, one of the smaller size legendary fish that you can actually catch in this game, but nonetheless a beautiful little miniature. He is absolutely stunning. Now obviously they are called chain pickerels because of their markings, and this guy's markings are really, really stunning. A very beautiful fish. And you know, even though it was a smaller legendary to catch, this was a really cool one to actually get. He is a very impressive size for a chain pickerel.
Okay. Easy does it. Easy.
Now, this is an absolutely monstrous smallmouth bass. This makes for an incredible legendary fish, and honestly, I just was not expecting this fish to be this big. When I saw the size of the tail as it was fighting, I was wondering what on earth I was reeling in. Just an amazing fish. He's so huge, and a very beautiful fish with those sort of brownish colour markings on a yellowish golden colour set of scales as a background. Very beautiful, and a just truly massive fish. Now, this absolutely gorgeous living gem of a fish is the legendary sockeye salmon. An absolutely incredible specimen, much bigger than any other salmon you will catch in this game, and it has that remarkable, deep, blood red coloration to it. I wish it had still been daylight by the time I'd caught this guy, but so much time passed actually trying to catch this fish that it did end up becoming nighttime. But still, you can see the absolutely stunning coloration on this fish. Absolutely beautiful, and of course a monstrous size too. A really remarkable specimen.
I got something hooked.
We have another very small legendary fish here in the legendary bullhead catfish. Not the most impressive of the legendary fish to catch in this game, but it is a good size bullhead. Now, I do wish they had chosen a different species of catfish to actually make as a legendary, so that we had maybe a more challenging fight, but just an interesting looking little fish to actually catch for this legendary.
Come on. Gotcha.
Now for the last few legendary fish, including this one, we will be playing as John Marston, as these fish can only be caught in the epilogue. And we're starting off with this insane legendary largemouth bass. Once again, just a truly monstrous fish, similar to the smallmouth bass. Obviously very, very different looking in terms of coloration and markings. This guy has sort of a beautiful set of different shades of green and then those beautiful red fins. A really gorgeous fish, but again, just the sheer size of this specimen makes it truly, truly remarkable.
I damn well got you. Shit.
Now here we have the legendary redfin pickerel, which once again may be one of the smaller legendaries in this game, but is absolutely beautiful. This guy is really remarkable with kind of purplish dark blue coloured markings and bright red fins. An absolutely stunning looking little fish. And obviously it's a very good size for a pickerel too. A really, really remarkable little fish.
I damn well got you. Shit. You're quite a nice bass.
Now for the final legendary creature in this video, we have the legendary rock bass. A very good size rock bass, but what draws my attention with this particular legendary is the dead looking eyes. They really just do look so dead. Like this is a really, really beaten up old fish that maybe is blind in the one eye that's closest to us. It looks really, really cool. Now, after posting every single legendary fish to Jeremy Gill, you receive at the post office an invitation from Jeremy Gill. So I'd never actually done this, and I was really, really curious as to what this next bit of the mission would be. So let's take a read of this letter. So it says, "Hello chum, you've bitten the worm, haven't you? What a glorious feeling must be coursing through your veins after having battled these beasts. And just think, right now you're no doubt radiating, but consider that what you feel is only 0.1% of the self-actualization and enlightenment I've achieved through a lifetime of angling. You've sent some fine specimens for sure. You must come see me. I have fantastic tales of my time in Italy, which I didn't include in my book. I'll be at my fishing cabin on the shore between Flatneck Station and Clemens Point. Call by soon. I'll autograph below. This letter will surely be worth a sum someday. Your friend in fish, Jeremy Gill." So now we're going to go and visit our friend Jeremy Gill and take a look at what happens when we go to see him.
A fan. Good timing. Do you have a camera?
Sure. What are you talking about?
Liars! Damn liars! Well, they're the liars. Hey, are you the guy that took the photos?
I don't think so.
Oh, must have been that fella from Quebec. Did you say you had a camera?
Yeah?
Good. You'll do then.
What do you need?
I found a giant catfish up near Frontera Bridge over in Rio Bravo.
Isn't that out in the desert?
Yes, and I'm going to catch it. And you are going to photograph me catching it. And then these bastards who call me a fake will discover who really catches these fish.
You do, right?
Well, you know, some of them. Listen, I know how to catch fish. Come on.
I don't want to go out to Rio Bravo.
It'll be an adventure. Come on.
I've got quite enough adventures.
I'll give you something you really love.
Okay, then. So, a catfish in the desert, is that normal?
No, not at all. That's why it's so fascinating. It's adapted to a new environment. Turned a horrible pallid yellow color and weighs close to 200 pounds by all accounts.
What?
Oh, yes. I still need a good name for it. The fans love a name. Old Chalky. El Diablo Amarillo. I'll come up with something. I always do. I already have a draft of this written for my newspaper column.
You haven't caught it yet?
Yes, but never has a conclusion been more foregone.
So, what exactly am I getting out of this again?
What are you getting out of it? Only the best day of your mundane little existence. How often do you get to be a part of a legend? To experience a masterclass in extreme angling up close and personal. To watch an artiste paint his masterpiece.
I was talking about money.
Good God, the avarice. Do you think Hannibal was haggling as he went over the Alps? You'll be handsomely rewarded, don't you worry about that. A Japanese man once offered me $500 just for an hour of my company. I told him add a zero, and then maybe we can talk, chum.
A whole hour, huh?
This is the place.
Okay. What's the plan?
Oh, no, catfish are easy. Just a couple of rashers of bacon and that boy will be fine. Listen, I want you to get a picture of me actually landing the thing.
I'll try.
No, you do your best. Okay, chum? Set up over there.
Yes, boss.
Like I said, fame hasn't changed me. But it has opened a lot of doors that were previously closed. I'm actually planning on turning fishing into a way of, well, uniting nations. I'm gonna head to D.C., discuss it with the president. Then I'm gonna head over to Europe. Bring the royal families together while I teach them how to fish.
Hurry up. Let's catch this fish and go home.
Oh, I'm ready. And now we wait. That's the thing about fish. They can sense when you're desperate.
Sure.
Yeah. So we gotta stay calm. Just relax.
Hooray.
You know, I write poems. Would you like to hear?
No, thank you.
Okay. I got invited to China. I'm gonna fish with the emperor there.
Where's this goddamn catfish?
So then I said, listen, sister, I don't care if you're the Queen of Sheba, not just of England. Fishing is an art form. Yeah, well, she kept quiet after that. Oh, until dinner. Hey, chum. Wake up. The fish can tell if you're sleeping.
Yeah, sorry. Where is that damn fish?
I was out there for 5 days wrestling that monster. But I got him in the end. You know, the villagers were so grateful, the chief gave me his daughter. Hey, chum.
Sorry.
Oh, we got something. Oh, we got something! Oh,
Is it that catfish?
it's something big! Oh.
Good. Hurry up.
Oh, no, don't you rush me, chum. This is me and the gods wrestling for immortality. Oh, my God! It's a monster! Oh, God, he's gone again.
Damn.
No, I still got him on the line. You get ready. Oh, he's gonna come back again. I'm gonna pull him in just a little bit. I'm gonna tire him out. Get the camera ready.
I'm ready.
Oh, come on, boy. Come on, boy. Oh, come on. He's huge. Come on. Here. Get this. Get this. Here he comes. Here he comes. Here comes him.
Whoa. My God.
So, Jeremy Gill gets eaten by the amazing legendary catfish that he came here to catch. Now, there are mods that allow you to see the model for this legendary catfish, because apparently at one stage players were supposed to be able to actually catch this fish, so there is a model and stuff that you can actually find through mods for it, and it is absolutely monstrous. However, I didn't want to use any mods for this video, so I will just leave you to go and search for the images of that yourself. But it really is quite an incredible fish that actually ended Jeremy Gill's life there. But that is going to be it for this video. That is every single legendary creature in Red Dead Story Mode. That is all of the animals and all of the fish hunted and caught. And that is going to be it for this video. So I really hope you have enjoyed it. A lot of work went into this one, but it was a lot of fun actually going through and playing Red Dead all the way through the story again, and then actually doing a little bit in the epilogue as well to get those final legendary animals and fish. But like I said, that is going to be it for this one. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you.